Marco. The topic of this chapter is security of healthcare information system. In general, threats to healthcare information system fall into one of the three categories: human threats, which can result from intentional or unintentional human tampering; natural and environmental threats such as fire and floods; and technology malfunctions such as a drive that has no backup. There are a few key terms to be defined before we examine the content of the HIPAA security rule. What is a covered entity? What is the difference between a required implementation specification and an addressable one? The HIPAA standards govern covered entities as known as CE, which are defined as a health plan and a healthcare cleaning house, a healthcare provider. The standards contained in the HIPAA security rule are divided into four categories like following. For example, physical safeguard, technical safeguard. In the administrative safeguard section of the final rule contains 9 standards. For example, security management functions, workforce security evaluation, and for example, the first one, security management functions, this standard require the C to implement policy and procedure to prevent direct content and correct security violations. And the physical safeguard section contains 4 standards. Facility access control, workstation use, workstation security device, and media controls. And for example, the facility access control standard require the CE to implement policy and procedure to limit physical access to its electronic information systems and the facilities in which they are housed to authorized users. Technical safeguard sections has 5 standards: access control, audit controls, integrity, person or entity authentications, and transmission security. Like access control standard is to allow access only to those persons or software programs that have been granted access rights as specified in the administration safeguard. And the policy, procedures, and documentation section has 2 standards. For example, documentation standards is to maintain the policies and procedures to complete with the security rule in written form. In addition, the HITECH Act expands the HIPAA policy and security rules. The expansion to the security rule includes these 3. Like applying the requirement directly to business associates. In these sections, there are also to present a few practices that can be used as part of a total administrative effort to improve the healthcare organization information security program. We have 4 topics like following. One of the key components of applying administrative safeguards to protect the organization's healthcare information is risk analysis. Risk analysis is relatively new to healthcare. In risk analysis process, there are 8 parts. For example, first one is boundary definition. In this step, the organization should develop a detailed inventory of all health information and information systems. Or like impact analysis step is the organization determines what the actual impact of specific security breach will be. Security officer is a healthcare organization must have a single individual who is responsible for overseeing the information security program. And system security evaluation is chief security officers must evaluate their organization's healthcare information systems and networks for proper technical controls and process. The National Institute for Standards and Technology identifies 3 types of contingencies-related plans: the continuity of operations plan, contingency plan, and disaster recovery plan. HIPAA defines Contingency planning as generally including one or more of three approaches to restoring disrupt IT service, like restoring IT operations at an alternative location. We also have some common preventive controls like fire and smoke detectors or water sensors in the computer rooms, ceiling, and floor. The challenge faced by healthcare organizations in developing and managing a robust business continuity plan. One challenge is the increased use of digital technology in the provision of care. Another challenge in creating a robust BCP is the nature of the business structures within healthcare. Security program must address physical as well as technical and administrative safeguards. It involves protection the actual computer hardware, software, data, and information from physical damage or loss due to natural, human, or environmental threats. We have several different sections below. For example, media controls are the policy and procedures that govern the receipt and removal of hardware, software, and computer media, such as disk into and out of the organization and also their movement inside the organization. Physical access controls are designed to limit physical access to health information to persons authorized to see that information. In technical safeguard practice, many different technical safeguards can be used to help secure healthcare information systems, and the networks on which they reside, like access control, is only individuals with a need to know should have access to patient identifiable health information. And entity authentication is to control who gains entries to a healthcare information system only when there is a system for ensuring the identify of the individual attempting to gain access. Audit trails is a record showing who has accessed a computer system and what operations he or she has performed during a given period of time. Data encryption is used to ensure that data transferred from one location on a network to another are secure from anyone, eavesdropping or seeking to intercept them. And the final one, verse checking, is an important component of a health information security program. It is to check for malicious software and other system attacks. Thank you for watching.